go on a festival. And yeah, and I couldn't quite believe that she was with Danny. But it seems to work really well together, so that's fantastic. I'm over the moon that you've decided to get married, and over the moon that you've decided to get married in a way which means that the nature and the natural world that's so important to you is all around you. In fact, there's so much around you, you put seaweed in your head. Like a mermaid, yeah. So personally, I wish you all strength, all happiness, all courage.
I can't do
Because you'll
it.
need all three of them. And I wish you all flexibility as well. So that's my part of what I want to say about you guys. So I want to invite Danny and Deborah. Have come up with their own things that they want to say to each other. So Deborah, I'd like to invite you first to start. Ladies first.
You know how I feel when I'm with you, that I feel so lucky. And I'm sorry if I speak in English, but I am sure everybody will understand what I'm saying. And how special it's been, everything since I met you. It just feels so right, and I have no doubt, I never had any doubt about this, and I'm sure we will make a wonderful family, a wonderful couple, and we will go through this experience together, because I feel that we are giving so much to each other, and we are growing in life together. And I know that you will be a good partner to go through this with me, so that I'm facing the life and this world on my own, but with a wonderful, wonderful partner.
Danny, your turn.
Well, I'm not normally stuck for words, but I think I'm going to keep it fairly short. And most of you that know me well will know that I didn't do much work in my life. I took off around the world and saw all the wonderful places that are here. It is such a special place. I encourage any people that are in this circle that haven't been off and seen some of the wonderful places in this wonderful planet that we have to go and do so, because it's a heaven here on Earth, and it really should be experienced. It makes you grow so much. Without traveling around the world, I would never have been the person I am. Deborah wouldn't have would twice met me, I don't think, if I hadn't have gone off around the world and become the person I am, become much stronger in myself. When Deborah and I met, we met in Tobermory. Within 5 days or so, we were talking about having children together.
That worked.
Deborah went off back to Italy, where she was living in Milano, and she was tossing and turning about this man she'd just met in Scotland, and I was sitting here doing the same. And what are we going to do? Is it all for real, or is it just crazy? I'm going a lot longer than I thought I was going to go. Deborah's driving home one night on her motorbike, just after going through all this stuff in her head, and a barn owl flies across the road. For those who know me, I've worked with birds all my life, very passionate about wildlife. She saw this as a sign, especially since it landed on a little garden shed where I was living at the time when I'd met Deborah. She saw this as a true sign that it was meant to be. She came back to Mull, she told me this story, and we drove home together, and another barn owl flew across in front of the car. And ever since then, we've been finding barn owl feathers everywhere we go. Deborah's finding barn owl nests with babies. It's our angel, and as long as we keep getting such amazing signs like that, and amazing weather when we ask for it, then I will definitely be with this woman, and I hope it's for the rest of my life.
We use these garlands as a symbol of your loving bond together.
And may that bond always be strong and always be true. So, ladies and gentlemen, family members, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, you've heard Danny and Deborah make a solemn promise to each other to be there for each other.
To the end of my film.
But by coming here today, there's no such thing as an observer, you're a participant. So what I'd like to do is ask everybody here for a promise and for a commitment to Danny and Deborah. So we're going to ask you two questions. Emily's going to ask one and then I'm going to ask one. And just in case you're struggling as to what to say afterwards, a nice strong "we will" is what we're after.
So, will you all share in Danny and Deborah's joys? And will you stand beside them? And always offer your love and friendship?
We will!
And will you stand next to them, but not between them? And will you share in their sorrows as well as their joys?
We will!
Danny and Deborah. Danny and Deborah, you've made a solemn, natural, fresh air promise to each other. You've made a promise to each other, you've made a promise to each other in front of your family, your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, everyone that you know, you've made that promise. They've now made that promise back to you. So I hereby pronounce you man and wife.
What? I didn't know what you were doing, love.
So, there's going to be an arch. I'd like you to process, if you may, from this sacred space into another